Hi. I still don't even know how to start these solo episodes, so bear with me. This is what my third or fourth, I think, which is very interesting because Sam and I literally started the podcast together so that we wouldn't have to do solos, and then here we are. I feel like this topic has kind of been a long time coming. Um, I mean, not that I can say a lot about it, but I can always find a way to say something about something. Um, but yeah, anyways, oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, so like a lot of episodes back, well, probably like a month ago, or like almost a month ago now, I talked about like the Sounders branding event, or like brand launch or rebrand launch or whatever it was, and how like I got a custom glass with my name on it. Oh my gosh, so cute. Wait, maybe I didn't talk about that. If I didn't, maybe I'll talk about it in like a future episode, you know? Uh, because I don't have time for that right now. Actually, I probably could, but I won't. Anyways, so I'm drinking some apple cider that my aunt and uncle made out of my Sounders glass. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's it's so yum. I'm going to be talking today about like, I don't know, just like my journey with soccer, like my life, because I played for 15 years from the time I was 3, started at the YMCA, and then until I aged out at 18 with my club team. So like I was an athlete, and then in college I didn't play, so that was like 4 years, crazy. And then I also didn't play last year, or like I didn't play until this year. So it's been 5 years since I played. So went from an athlete to a NARP, and if you don't know what a NARP is, it's a non-athlete regular person. And now that I'm playing again, like on co-ed rec teams, co-ed adult rec league teams or whatever, I like I'm a halflete now. Like I don't know if that's actually a word, but if it isn't, then I'm coining it right here, right now. So yeah, so from athlete to NARP to halflete. And like, okay, so I don't know if I ever really truly consider myself an athlete. Like honest, if I'm being honest, which I am, um, I don't know that I'm like really all that athletic. Like I feel like when people look at me, they don't just assume like, ah, yes, athlete, or yeah, she looks like she plays soccer, you know? And like I don't feel like I look the part. I don't probably never have really fit like the quote unquote like athlete image. Which is a little weird to say. Like I feel like I put a lot of my identity into playing soccer, which makes sense. Like I played for 15 years. But I thinking about it now, like I put my identity into it in the wrong way. Like almost in a holier than thou kind of connotation. Like I was trying to prove to others, but I think honestly, mostly to myself, that I really was an athlete. Like I was worthy of people's attention, admiration for it. Like instead of actually practicing and trying to get better and play at a higher level, like I was perfectly content with where I was and saying, "Oh yeah, I play soccer." You know, like if that makes sense. Like people would be like, "Oh, Issa, like what do you do?" I was like, "Oh, I play soccer," and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, really? That's so cool!" Blah, blah. And I was like, "Yeah, tell me more about how cool you think I am." um, but yeah, anyways, like going back to like the thing earlier, like I said, I don't know if I really ever like truly consider myself to be an athlete. Like just in that I don't even know the right words, honestly. I'm just figuring it out as I talk. But I feel like again, like I put my identity into being an athlete, into being a soccer player, but for the wrong reasons and wanting the glory and wanting people to be like, oh my gosh, Issa, you play soccer? Wow, you're so cool. Instead of being like, no, I play because like I love to play. And yes, I did play because I love to play, but I also felt like immense pressure on me to play because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like one of the only constants I've actually known in my entire life. And so if I don't play soccer, like who am I? Oh my gosh, like all these people, like my family, like they see me and they're like, okay, Issa, it's time to go to soccer. Like if I don't play, then who am I to them? You know, and honestly, I put all this pressure on myself because I could have quit. I could have done whatever. I could have, not play. I don't know. I could have done like all these things, but I feel like I never really consider myself an athlete because I feel like in my eyes, like athletes are people who are athletic. People are who are athletes, like are people who they can pick up any sport and they can be like so natural with it, or which is so funny because like so many of my friends who play only one sport, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so athletic. Oh my gosh, you're an athlete. Like that's so cool. Like I feel like in my eyes, I wasn't dedicating enough of my life. I wasn't dedicating enough of my time. I wasn't dedicating enough of myself to the sport to really consider myself to be an athlete, which I think it's both okay and so not okay. You know, I think the okay part of it is, was I dedicating enough time to it? No. Like again, I was perfectly content with where I was and saying, "Oh yeah, I play soccer," you know? And I wasn't trying to get like super good. Like yeah, I was practicing, I was training, I was like getting better and stuff, blah 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 blah. But I wasn't really putting in the work outside of just regular like 2 or 3 times a week training and then games. Like so I think it's okay that I didn't really consider myself an athlete there. But I think like the toxic mindset of, oh no, I'm not an athlete. I think like the toxicity of that is me belittling myself and belittling my own abilities because like I like looking back now, like in the moment I was like, oh my gosh, I am the bottom of the barrel. Like I'm not good. I am blah blah. Like there's so many people better than me. Like I'm just grateful to be here, you know? When I was like starting, or I would get lots of minutes, or, you know, all these things that is like evidence of me being good, of me being athletic, of me putting in the work, like at training and at games and stuff. Like it's all evidence of these things that I was doing to put myself in the right place. But I was just looking at it being like, oh, I'm just so grateful to be here. Like looking at it at those things as like starting or as getting lots of minutes. So like for those of you who don't know soccer games, like they're 90-minute matches. And so the more minutes you have, probably the better you are, like the better endurance you have, you know, like I don't know exactly. I mean, it could be a combination of all kinds of things and it could be neither that or anything else. Maybe my coach just liked me. I mean, my coach loved me, but beside the point. And so I think just thinking of myself like, oh my gosh, I'm just lucky to be here. It's really undermining, I mean, my own abilities, my own talents and skills with it, but also undermining my team and my coach. And like in the way of thinking that, oh, my coach is just playing me, like, is just starting me because she likes me, or my coach is just playing me a lot because she feels bad for me. Like, no, I like looking back now, I'm like, no, I was pretty good. And Um, I think had I tried out, so like I played select for the last 6 years of my career and career. But I mean, it's true. My soccer career, like I played select my last 6 years. And I think had I tried out as soon as I possibly could, which would have been 2 years prior, so I would have been able to play for 8 years. Side note, people are like starting to play select at like 6 years old. I'm like, that's wild. Um, that was not an option back in my day. Literally, like over 10, oh my gosh, over 10 years ago now. Wait. Yeah. Anyways, beside the point. Um, but I think had I tried out sooner, I feel like I would have appreciated the sport more. I would have appreciated my own um talents and abilities more, I guess, if that makes sense. And I feel like I could have played at a higher level and I would have put in the work to really consider myself an athlete. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's just it's such a funny thing. And like I always tell people, I'm like, and honest to God, I feel like this is so true. I'm like, you know what? I don't know that I was ever in like real soccer shape because soccer, it's wild. Like there's so much running. Like I I had this little chip thing that I could put in my sock and it would track like my steps, it would track my kicks, it would track like how hard I could kick the ball and how many times I touched the ball and how many miles I ran and like all the things like wild. And I really and I played like outside wing, so like midfield and outside back like defense, um basically like the whole time. And like when I started playing select, because the middle scares me. But anyways, beside the point. And midfield is a lot of running. Like you can run. I think I was running probably like between when I played midfield, I probably ran between like 4 and like 9 miles a game. And then when I was playing defense, I ran between like 2 and 5 or 5 or 6. Like, so between like 2 and 6 miles a game. So like you can run a lot in 1 90-minute soccer game with a halftime in there too. But beside the point. And shoot, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So like I don't know that I was ever really in like soccer shape because that's really good shape, honestly. Like any kind of any sports shape, like so good, so good. Um and so I don't know if I was ever really in ever any kind of soccer shape, but like I at least was in shape and I at least like was exercising and like I was muscular and like I did have like honestly I did have nice legs. Like my calves, they were so good and now like they were rock hard and now they're like just not and makes me sad, but that's okay. Anyways, so yeah, I still tell people that and then they laugh it off. I'm like, no, but seriously, like I for real. And now I'm like not in shape at all. And so, well, I'm getting back into shape kind of ish. Slowly, hopefully, surely. Um, but anyways, yeah. And so then in 2018 when I graduated high school and my team like we aged out because we were 18, we're adults, like we're not playing youth soccer anymore. Like we, stopped playing going to college, like I wasn't playing anymore. And so became a NARP, like a full on NARP, not just like, oh, I'm like kind of an athlete or like "Oh, I play soccer." Like, no, I'm full on NARP, like non athletic, regular person or like non athlete, regular person, whatever it is. And so like that was the first time in my life I was ever like a true NARP. And there's nothing against being a NARP, like absolutely not. Like, but for me, as someone who had known playing a game and known a sport my entire life. Like it was kind of a wild transition, and like it was really weird to not be training every week and like to not have like 2 or 3 trainings a week and not to have games or tournaments or anything. But it also felt a little liberating. I don't know, like it was nice to not have those kinds of expectations on me for the first time in my life. Like not from my parents, not from my siblings, not from my friends, or not from like the school or myself. Again, I put like a lot of these expectations were self-imposed. Like I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself because I felt pressure from others when really it wasn't there. And so in that liberty, like I was like, I'm done. I'm not gonna exercise. Like I'm not gonna do anything. Like I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to. Like I hate running. And people are like, oh my gosh, but you played soccer. I'm like, yeah, running, like soccer running and running are very different things. So just FYI, like sport running and running, very different things. Um, and yeah, but like I mean, I did miss playing, and I really did miss my team, and so it was a little bit of a rough transition there, just in not having this constant thing in my life anymore for the next 4 or 5 years. Um, and then now, like back in what was it, April or May, one of my friends from my club team from before like we all went to college, she's like, hey, so like starting up a co-ed rec adult rec team or something, like do you want to play? I was like I was going back and forth about it like a lot, honestly. And like my dad has been talking to me and being like, so you should join a rec team, you should join a co-ed team, blah blah blah, blah. I was like, I really don't want to, like honestly I really didn't want to do it. I didn't want to play with people I didn't know. I didn't want to play co-ed, like because I've played indoor before and I hate indoor, and like that was co-ed and I didn't like playing against the guys. And it was just so I was not about it. I didn't want to, honestly. I didn't want to. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe, no, I just don't want to. And he's like, you should start it up. I was like, I absolutely do not want to start it up. Like I don't want to be the one to organize this. I don't want to, like I don't know enough people to do that, and like my team, like not everyone's back, and so I don't know who would fill spots and blah 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 blah, all the things. So I was like, I don't want to do that. But then my friend, my old teammate, like she contacted me and then she's like, yeah, you want to play? And then I was going back and forth, like, and then I talked to my mom. She's like, Issa, you should do it. I was like, uh, I really want to. But I was like, so like, but that part of my life, like, I'm done. I'm done playing soccer. Like, yeah, it might be fun, but I'm like okay with not. And but lo and behold, spoiler, I said yes. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And honestly, I'm so, 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 so glad I did. It was so much fun and like got to meet um a bunch of other people and make new friends and just have this other like community, which is very fun. Like I've definitely missed the soccer community like so much, and working for the Sounders and like having other sport-minded people like has been so much fun, but like actually playing, oh my gosh, I knew I missed playing, but I didn't realize how much I actually missed playing until I started playing again. And which is absolutely wild. Um I I don't know why I didn't think that that would happen, but like I thought that the most of it would be felt in like the not playing, but in coming back to something that you so love and so just something like your heart's desire, like it's so nice. It's so sweet. It's like a homecoming. It feels so right. And yeah. So like in the summer I only played on that Tuesday team, and then in the fall, like right before the fall season started, one of my teammates is like, "Hey, so like, um, I have an 8v8 team, but we're moving up to 11s this season, and we need more girls. Like, I was just wondering if you'd want to play." I was like, okay, sure." And he's like, "Oh yeah, and then we're playing on Thursdays, blah blah." I was like, "Okay, cool, sounds good, fun, amazing." Oh my gosh, big mistake. Okay, not like I don't want to play, but brother, I'm going from literally not doing anything for 5 years to playing on Tuesdays to now playing on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh my gosh, my body is so sore all the time. And, I really do feel like a soccer player again, just in that my body is so sore all the time. But like also meeting this team, it's a very different group and it's like very different kind of fun. I I'm very grateful to have been asked to play, and like ultimately it was not a mistake to say yes, so yay. But I'm like, I'm so tired. I don't want to play. And it's so funny because like I tell people every week, I'm like, well, not like people, everyone, but like my friends, I'm like, I do not want to play. Like I'm so nervous. Like my stomach, it's uh, a ball of stress. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in knots. I'm in shambles. Like I feel like I'm gonna poop myself. Honestly, every week I feel like I'm gonna poop myself twice a week. I'm like, I can't do this again. And like week in, week out, I like, and you know what? Like I know, like okay, guys, I know for a fact, like I'm definitely not the best on either team, and honestly, I'm probably the worst on both teams. Which that's great because that means the rest of my teammates like they're great. They're doing amazing. They can do whatever they want, and I don't even have to be there. Like, honestly, I am grateful to just be here. Like, I know I was just saying that, like, I shouldn't have belittled myself and all the things, like, while playing, but being out of practice, like, not playing for 5 years, like, I'm okay with saying this and, like, for meaning it. Um, but like it's honestly it's been so much fun playing again and like again meeting new people, playing with old friends and teammates. Like I'm so happy to be back. Like I love playing, but I dread it at the same time. And someone the other day is like, okay, well if you really don't want to play, then why are you playing? I'm like, no, because I love it. He's like, well, didn't you just say that you hate playing? You don't want to play? I was like, yes, but they're not mutually exclusive. Like I don't know. I feel like if you know, you know. If you don't, then I don't know how to explain. Anyways, I still feel like when people look at me, they don't think athlete. And honestly, that's fine. I don't think I'm trying to prove myself to anyone or even mostly or to myself anymore. Like this has, I think, become something wholeheartedly for me. And I'm so happy that I finally got to this point. Like, really sad that it took me, oh gosh, how long? 20 years. Oh my gosh, I feel so old saying 20 years about something in my life. Oh my gosh. I'm sad that it has taken me 20 years to get to this point, like where this like playing just really is for me, just because I want to and because I want to be there and because like that's just what brings me so much joy. But I'm glad that I really have gotten here and that I don't feel like, oh my gosh, this is so much pressure. Oh my gosh, I have to do something with this. Oh my gosh, I have to find my future in this. I have to find my identity in this. Like, this is just something that, like, I have the privilege and opportunity to do instead of something that I have to do. And I love that. But also, with playing again, I'm like, oh, my hips. And okay, because long story short, my last year of playing in 2018, like my senior year of high school, okay, I also didn't play my senior year of high school in like at my high school. There's tea, but I won't get into it because it's honestly not that big of a deal. And I'm fine now, but it was a little traumatic. Anyways, but okay, so like I hurt my hip flexors and I can't remember if my PT said that like I pulled or strained or I think no, I think pulling and straining are the same thing actually, but I really just don't know. But yeah, so I hurt my hip flexors and basically like when a lot of times when I can feel them, like you're not supposed to feel them. If you never know what a hip flexor is, like good because that just means that like you haven't hurt them and you're on the right track for life. And so like sometimes when I can feel them, I like will just like lay down flat on my back with my legs out and I'll like kind of put my fingers like into my hips like by like my pelvis, like the spot where like the thigh meets like the abdomen kind of and just kind of like feel my way around and then if I can feel my hip flexor, that's very not good because you're supposed to have to like dig around for those things. Um, and I can't remember which one I hurt first, my left or my right, but now, they both hurt. So I love chronic injuries. Yay! No, that was sarcasm. I really don't love it. Um, but yeah, so dealing with that again, like getting to the point, like, because there haven't been very many moments. There was one game, like my last year, that I was sobbing. Like, as soon as oh my gosh, as soon as I like sat inside my car to go home after a game, like I was sobbing like uncontrollably. Like my hips hurt so bad, and I'm gonna cry like just thinking about it because it was such an emotional game, and it wasn't even our last game, but it was such an ugly game, honestly, for my team, and we ran out of subs because everyone was getting hurt, and then it was so emotional, it was so bad, it was not a fun experience, and then my hips on top of it and just everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be done. Like I could not deal with it. And so like there have only been like maybe one or two times in the past 5 years that I think I've like really gotten to a point where my hips like have hurt so bad that like I even wanted to shed like one or two tears, like let alone sob about them. But yeah, so playing again, I definitely feel my hips a lot more and have to like stretch and do my PT exercises for them more. And I've had to step out and stop playing because I'm like, my hips are really not good. Or like, oh, I think I like I'm pretty sure I strained my quad. My second in the second game during the summer. Oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing. I literally played for 17 minutes and then I was done. It was so funny. But beside the point. Um, yeah. Oh, okay. So I did have like a few points that I did want to talk about. Um, it's like injuries was one of them and just like what the sport taught me and stuff. But like one of the biggest lessons I learned um from it was we were playing a game at Shoreline A and B slab, if you will, like at the Shoreline Center, up here in Shoreline during club and we were just playing one of those teams that really just got under our skin. And it was an ugly first half. And so our coach took us over to the pool wall. Rest in peace, Shoreline Pool. It is not there anymore. So I'm like, that's actually like so sad for me because this is like such a monumental, I think, um, moment in not just my soccer career, but in my life. Like my coach, she said, okay, everyone stand against the wall, like your side on the wall, reach up as high as you can. So we all put our arms up against the wall and, we're all however long our arms are. What is that? Like, what do we think? Like 2 feet, maybe? Maybe? Oh, 18 inches? I don't know. Guys, I don't know. So we're like, let's just say 18 inches taller than our heads because that's how long our arms go up, right? And she said, okay, remember that spot, put your arms down. And she goes, okay, now to do, I want you to do that again, but do everything in your power to reach higher than that. And so we're like, okay. So we like reach as high as we possibly can. We're going on our tiptoes. We're like trying to like grab the wall for more grip and like just get like a couple more inches and stuff. And like honestly, the most we could get was maybe like 3 more inches, like probably only like an inch or two at most. Um, and she goes, okay, now that you've done that, you've all reached higher than when I told you to reach as high as you could, right? Um, and you know what? when I told you to reach even higher, you did. Like this game, we only have 45 minutes left. This game, it's all about inches. You do everything in your power to play to the best of your abilities. You do everything in your power to be the best player you can be for yourself and for your team. And that's what matters. Like, yeah, it would be great to win, but you know what? Draws, losses, those still happen too. So as long as you do everything in your power to be the best player you can be, that's what this game is about. And all of our minds absolutely blown. Like I remember I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just so left in awe. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like not only is this game about inches, but like life is just about inches and like just doing everything in our power to be the best person we can be at all times. And like, oh my gosh, that's wild. Like, yeah, we're all like, okay, be the best version of myself, be the whatever, blah, 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 be an inspiration to others. But then when you get down to it, are we really doing our best when we know we can reach higher? Like, soccer is all about inches. Like the game of life, it's all about inches. And so that was like my biggest takeaway from my whole career. And that was literally like my junior, senior year. And oh my gosh, I remember it as if it happened yesterday. And I'm like, wow. And it's so funny because my coach, she's literally like for the last 3 years, we're only supposed to have her for two because that's how like select works. At least where I am, like we have a coach for 2 years and then they change teams and stuff, blah blah blah. But because it was our last year, we got to keep her for our last year. Thank God. And it's so funny because she's only like 3 or 4 years older than us. So it's like, oh my gosh, you're a child too, but like not. You're just in charge of 18, 18-year olds. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Like we watched her turn 21. Isn't that so funny? Anyways, yeah, I don't really know how much more I can say. I feel like I've been talking so long. Yeah, I have been talking for so long. And it's probably all feels like a revolving door at this point. Like I just keep saying the same things, the same words in different ways or the same ways. Um, but yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it. There's just something about soccer, about playing the beautiful game that brings me joy like no other. Like I know that I've said I go back and forth between working in sports and music, and honestly, I do. Like, I really do. Even though I'm like, I'm convinced I want to work in sports, but then I go to a show, I'm like, I want to be involved with live music, and I just don't know. I just don't know. But there's just something about soccer that is absolutely magic, and there's no other way for me to describe it. I so adore it. I so crave it, and I could not be more grateful for it or for the people that I've met through it. Um, but yeah, so that is in a nutshell, well, maybe like 3 or 4 nutshells, my journey as a soccer player and then to NARP to like a halflete. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's honestly it's so surreal thinking about the fact that I'm like playing again. But it's so much fun and I could not be more grateful for the opportunity to be doing it again, to be playing with like some of my old teammates and like some of my friends from high school and um yeah, new people too. It's so much fun. I love it. I am excited for what else the future has in store for me around soccer and playing or watching or um just being involved in some sort of way. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, my little mini, even though it's kind of like a full episode because it's 30 minutes long or around there, whatever it is. But yeah, would love for you to rate and review because, it helps get the word out about Likewise. And follow us on Instagram at likewise_pod. I'm so excited for the future. Like Sam and I love the trajectory that we're on. We love doing this and we're so glad that we are back doing it like pretty consistently. Of course, life gets in the way with 2 different time zones, 2 different schedules and lifestyles and just like all the things going on that comes with post grad adulthood and just adulthood in general, I guess. But yeah, we love it. We love you and we're so grateful. Thank you so much. yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Bye.